Watch ye for the mark of the deviant tentacle and claw. Scaly skin, the bug eyes, the cleaving hoof and paw. With sword and axe and mace, we cleanse, we purify. We never show any mercy, all aliens must die. Beware of the creatures lurking in shadow or in cave. In the words of Torquemada, be pure and vigilant and behave.
Good morning, good evening, good night, dear listener. Once again, Rob's looking sexy. And I'm ready and hairy. And Stu is you're not Stu.
I'm not.
No.
Ah.
You must still be off with the Green Lantern rings becoming crime.
O'Brien.
O'Brien, the life of crime. Steals the dirt. Sells it to the poor. Rapes the poor.
Ooh, there's a man on Facebook selling a 32X. Do you want it, Adam?
Not right now, thank you.
Okay.
Never mind. Yeah, it's me, Gruffy, your host once more, giving you a lock-in of delicious delights. And with me today is...
Gales and B.
And...
Here I am, rock you like a Rossicane. DHD.
I even heard him pronounce the hashtag.
What's a hashtag? Why is a hashtag? You're a hashtag.
You're a tag.
Yeah.
You're a blog tag.
I'm a watch.
You're a blog tag.
Watch. Tag watches are good.
Blog tag.
I'll take it.
You're a snap trap. You're a Venus flytrap.
I had one of those. Didn't survive long in my house. There is a lack of natural light. I don't have natural light. My curtains are drawn and never undrawn.
What you should have done then is got a Venus flytrap and then trained mice with UV torches to run around it twice a day, pretending to be the sun.
That would be the easy option.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, not opening your curtains. No.
Oh.
No.
Oh.
UV like mice.
Yep.
So, I'm going to ask some questions of you now. First one I shall ask you, Rob.
What?
What have you been up to since the last time we spoke? Because we haven't actually done this segment in a long time, but I'm bringing segments back because I like segments and segments are great. So I'm going to ask you right now what you've been up to since last time we spoke. Because last time we spoke we didn't do this, but we could have done this, but we didn't do this. But we could have done this. So there we go. So carry on now, please. Yes. Turned into Jeff Goldblum halfway through that.
Just a little, yeah. Where's your glass of water? Nice. Well,
Either a T-Rex or I've got the shakes.
I've not really been doing much, unfortunately. I did though find out something very interesting because
Is it quite interesting?
it is quite interesting.
Is it QI?
No,
Oh.
I
I'll gag
actually-
myself this podcast.
I actually went on eBay the other day looking for things I could.
Always fun.
Yeah, and I actually found
Something you can
the
afford.
Wizard Driver
Right.
for about 45 quid.
Okay.
Brand spanking new.
Right.
And I'm pretty sure it was free delivery as well.
Where from?
I can't remember. I also found an O's driver for not that much. And I was kind of like, ooh. So, you know, being the sensible adult that I am, I said to my wife, Becca, come over here and tell me I cannot have these in any way, shape or form. So she did, you know. I remember tweeting something about the Taiwanese, not Taiwanese, Korean sort of
Ladyboys.
Rebuilds.
yeah.
The
saying-
re-releases, the Korean
Yeah.
re-releases.
saying like, does the O's one have different sounds like the other one did? Just because I couldn't find anything to say that it did, because it was a Korean one, that's why it was cheap.
Ah.
So I got a nice little message off Mr. Stu.
Mm.
Apparently they're doing a super best O's driver, which comes with, I think it's 3 of the medal combos, and they're also doing a set of the rest of the medals that you can buy separately. The whole kit and caboodle comes to about 70 quid. That's bloody good.
It is. It is. Ooh, are you gonna do it?
I said to Becca when I found out, I showed her, and she just went, that's a really good price. She actually worked it out, because it only had the price in yen, obviously. So it worked it out on sort of like today's sort of thing, and she just kind of like went, well, if you can save up the money by the time it's out, I'm not going to stop you. And I was just kind of like, I really am just falling down that rabbit hole.
You are Kamen Rider.
Yeah.
No, you should do. You should watch Guru.
We've had this discussion. I don't have the time.
You watch Kamen Rider.
Yeah.
Don't watch any Kamen Rider for a week. Watch some Guru.
That's the problem. It's like me and Beck have certain shows that we're watching, and it's like
Don't watch any of them for just 1 week. Just watch Guru. And you've got shows to come back to.
maybe when I finish torturing myself with Enterprise.
You're watching Enterprise.
Watch Guru.
Oh, watch Guru. Whatever the hell Guru is.
It's actually
Watch that.
It's pronounced Garu,
Fuck you, Bacula.
but I like to call it Guru.
It's actually got had 1 or 2 decent episodes. It's just season 4 is weird.
How did it get to season 4?
I don't know. I really don't know. Season 1 is all, oh, there's a temporal Cold War, yay! It's just kind of like, yeah, just fuck off.
A little computer.
And then the second season is, yeah, there's a temporal Cold War. We're discovering things. Fuck off. And then, you end of second season, you get the attack on Earth, where a big sort of like scar is cut down Earth, and basically loads of people die. And then they go into the Expanse, which is just an area of space which doesn't actually exist anymore.
Did the Voyager see them on the way back?
No. And, that was kind of boring and shit. And then this 4th season seems to be made up of 3-part episodes. Every story is like a 3-parter or something. It's just kind of like, ugh. I mean, the only reason I watched it was because somebody said that Malcolm turns out to be a member of Section 31.
Alright.
Spoiler alert. Sorry about that.
No one cares. No,
And I
no
thought,
spoilers on Enterprise.
I'm not going to sort of just pick up some episodes just to see that. I'd want to know the whole backstory. And it's just... It's one of those things, I don't think it's a terrible show. It's just not a Trek show.
Okay.
No.
It's not a Trek show in the slightest.
But then again, saying that Deep Space Nine wasn't really a Trek show.
But
It
it
was-
was great writing though.
It was brilliant. It was brilliantly written. I mean, yes, they went away from what Next Generation had established.
Next Generation and the original series.
But they do say in one of the episodes, a perfect way of describing it is when Cisco's having a real kind of rant sort of thing because one of his friends has joined the Maquis. He turns around and says, "It's easy to be a saint in paradise."
Would that be Eddington he was shouting at?
No,
No.
it was I can't remember his name.
What did he do?
He basically went off and joined the Maquis. He was the commander of stationed near there.
Yes.
Yeah, and
anyway.
he betrays him and sort of like gives the uniform to Ben and then stuns him and runs off. But yeah, it's that thing of, it was a Federation ship in Enterprise and the original series, and they were bringing their Federation values to all these sort of like worlds. It was a case of, they were just touring, they weren't having to stay there or anything.
Yeah.
But then you got Deep Space Nine where you're stuck in hostile territory sort of thing, and it's like your Federation values and that are constantly questioned and everything. And it's like he says, it is easy to be a saint in paradise.
That's a good one. I like that.
But, you know, Deep Space Nine, although it had the action, it had the zippy script and all that sort of stuff, it still had the Star Trek feel. It still had the technobabble that made you feel like, wow, this is the future.
It did have the technobabble. It was a lot grittier. This is why I think Voyager didn't work. It's because Next Gen was like, well, you had the original Star Trek, that started it. Next Gen was the template. DS9 was the grittier version, and then Voyager was just so fucking vanilla.
Yeah.
It was too vanilla.
It was so bland and just...
And they tried to put 7 and 9 in. Look, we know boobs exist. Too late, we don't care.
That's the thing, it's like, you had, you know, the first one, Star Trek, and that was kind of like, yeah, we're all cool, we're hip, you know, we're all at peace and everything. We just want to explore. But, you know, any shit went down, it was like, you know, the red-blooded American just veered its head and went, yeah, I'll smack you down, nobody takes that tone with me, kind of thing. You know, it had that actions to keep you going. Then you had Next Gen, which, you know, we've moved on more, we've learned to control ourselves a bit better. And, you know, they'd always find a diplomatic solution. If they had to, they would have a fight, but they exhausted every option first. All the technical wizardry and, you know, can we do this, this and this? And it was really interesting seeing how they would try to solve the situation rather than just, you know, Picard beaming down to a planet and having a fist fight with some guy in some sand. And
Darmok and Gilad at Tanagra.
There are 4 lights.
And then, you know, you have DS9, which kind of started off with the Next Generation thing, but quickly brought in the whole, the original series. Right, hang about, I've had enough of this shit, I'm giving you a kick in. I'm
shaving my head, I'm growing my gold in, I'm headbutting stuff. The Cisco way.
Which was great because it mixed those two great series together.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then, as you say, you had Voyager, which just kind of like went, let's try and do what, let's not try and improve on anything, let's just do what
the first series of Next Generation did.
Let's just do what Next Gen did for 7 seasons.
Harry Kim, that's just a perfect analogy for the lot of it. It's just so bland.
But we're going to get this cheese to sick bay.
But then
the Doctor was good in Voyager. I'll give them that. I like the Doctor.
Robert Picardo.
Yeah,
Robert Picardo's great in everything.
Yeah, that's the only thing.
He was in Gremlins too.
He was pretty much the saving grace of that show. But then you had Enterprise, and I think the problem.
They had faith of the heart.
I was going to say their first mistake was doing a prequel, but no, their first mistake was deciding on having a song.
Oh yeah.
For the theme.
Oh yeah.
It's like, you know, they were doing a prequel without looking at the actual pre-established history. Let's face it, this franchise was so big that they had written a timeline.
Yes.
And whereas things may have changed in the...
Was it aligned continuity?
Beg your pardon?
Was it an aligned continuity? Like Hasbro does? Was it one of them?
No, it was actually a proper continuity.
Oh!
But yeah, they'd actually established all this history and it was great, you know, and then somebody went, oh, let's do a prequel. And the first ship that went out and explored everything would have been Enterprise. And somebody went, no, it wasn't.
No.
Oh, we'll change it, it's Enterprise.
We'll change it, it's Enterprise. I think
the problem is, though, they're going out and seeing races that they shouldn't have met.
No, absolutely not. I think my biggest problem with Enterprise was, apart from the fact it was a badly written, very boring show, I was never that interested even before I'd seen it because it was a prequel. So I'd already watched all the Next Gen, I'd already watched all of DS9, I'd grunged through a lot of Voyager. Why would I watch Enterprise? Nothing that happens in Enterprise could make a difference. You already know where it's all going.
Yeah.
So what's the point of the prequel in that? Prequels, I can understand a lot of ideas in prequels, but that one, it was like, I already know what's going to happen eventually in the long term.
It was Scott Bakula, Captain Scott Bakula, travelling through time, making right what once was wrong.
No, it wasn't.
That's the problem, though. They actually had the two of them on screen, and he never said, "Oh boy."
I should have said, "Oh boy," as soon as you seen him.
Yeah.
But I think we've covered Star Trek.
Yes, well, that's probably the longest Star Trek discussion I've ever been involved in.
But yeah, just watching that and just suffering through it because I want to know.
Before you move on to the next thing, because I feel that this is going to be another one where you two just go off on one.
Go off on one, well, we've been fighting.
Yeah. I'm going to watch.
That was sexual.
Yeah, that was awful sexual. I haven't done much apart from two things. Well, one thing and a bit. I have set up an entire website for me to put everything on it. So, instead of having 4 separate websites where I've been putting different bits of media, I've now combined everything.
Okay.
So, that's been fun. Wish I hadn't started that one.
New kind of worms. Because Adam doesn't need anything else to do.
But, during working on this, something popped up in my vision.
Mm-hmm.
Something, little bit of a Twitter thing just popped up in my vision.
Yeah.
That's the fact that I've discovered, and now watched a clip of, the brand new Have I Got News For You? Not Have I Got News For You, whose line's it anyway?
I've heard about this actually.
I watched a 5-minute clip of the new series. Ryan Stiles has got old.
Oh, yeah.
He has lost nothing.
Yay!
They've also got the 2 other regulars in, not Greg Proops, I can't think of his name.
Ryan Stiles, Greg Proops,
the bald one. The bald one with the long hair.
the bald one with the long hair.
The bald with the long head.
Oh, Devin Townsend.
No. But yeah, they've got the other 2 in.
Is Clive Anderson hosting?
No.
No!
It's I don't know who the loss is.
Oh no! It should be Clive Anderson.
It is an American series.
He did the American one as well.
He did part of the American, then he was replaced by Drew
Carey.
Yeah.
Oh man, well, Clive Anderson. Have you seen Clive Anderson on QI recently?
Yes.
He's brilliant.
Yes.
He's better on QI than he was on Whose Lines Anyway.
Yes. He went away for a little while and he came back. And he's come back. QI has done this to a lot of people. Mm-hmm. People go away for a little bit, then they turn up on QI. Danny Baker's another one.
Danny Baker, yeah.
Danny Baker's great on there.
He is. He's already been on a couple of times though.
Mm-hmm. So Whose Lines Anyway? Can't wait.
Oh yes.
Can't fucking wait.
Yeah.
Because I love Whose Lines Anyway.
I hope they get Johnny Sessions in because he was always good on Whose Lines Anyway.
Which just reminded me of the person that I wish would stop turning up on QI. I hate Johnny Vegas.
Johnny Vegas?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Johnny Vegas is brilliant.
Can't stand him.
Do you know how devastatingly intelligent Johnny Vegas actually is?
He probably is.
He's if you actually see him in a straight interview, he's very clever.
That's the thing. I don't think I've ever seen him in a straight interview.
I've always seen him
very
play
rare.
Character.
I've only ever seen him drinking and being drunk.
It's all an act. I mean, the best one I seen was they were asking him sort of what was the worst song he's ever heard, and he came up with Madonna's cover of American Pie because she did the song without considering the socio-economic time period that it was written in, and he started going off all this all this kind of social, basically because the song was written at the time, it was supposed to be like a parody of American. It's not an American Yay song, and he started going on about American politics and all this stuff, and I was like, fuck hell, Johnny Vegas got gamed.
I'd like to see some of that.
Well, I think I like Johnny Vegas.
I
think he's hilarious as well. He's so weird.
I think I just got sick of him when watching I think it was Shooting Stars.
Yeah.
And he just sat on there, and you know all the guests have water or something. He had a pint of Guinness.
Yeah.
And it was just like he got to the point where it may have been an act. He may have just been drinking the Guinness a bit too much, but it looked like he couldn't actually lift his head off the table.
Right.
He could barely speak, and it was just like, you're fucking being paid to be there. At least you could do is stay sober for it.
I'm shocked at you two. I thought you guys would like him, especially how weird he is.
No, it just... No.
It does nothing for me.
Very odd. Surprising.
Yeah, but Whose Lines Anyway?
Yay!
So, I shall now sit back and let you two talk about the game that you wanted to talk about. Go.
What are we talking about? Games? Well, I don't play games.
Well, there are 2 games I've been playing recently.
What have you been playing? Come on.
First one was Bioshock Infinite.
Hey!
Damn, that was good.
Yeah! Did you finish it?
Yeah.
I wasn't finished it yet, so we can't spoil it. It
It
all hinges on an ending, like.
Yeah, I don't think it was as good as the first one, but I don't know whether that's just thing of when the first one came out. It was just kind of
Yeah.
wow.
See, I went and played the first one after playing Infinite, and I do think I've got rose-tinted glasses of the first one.
Yeah.
Because, don't get me wrong, still love the first one, still brilliant. I think the setting for the first one was better.
Yeah.
But the storytelling and the gameplay is better in Infinite.
Well, obviously the gameplay's going to improve.
Of course, yes.
Because, you know,
Of
obviously you do
course.
find that.
Of course.
No, the...
I felt exactly the same. I thought it was good, but one was better. But I think that's because Rapture sat with me a lot more than Columbia does.
Yeah. I mean, it was brilliant. Like, I mean, the game is visually stunning.
In it just makes it creamy as hell.
Yeah. I mean, I was a little kind of uneasy about the fact that every time you were fighting the law sort of thing. It wasn't. Well, you start off obviously. It's like you're fighting the police.
Yeah, the police.
There wasn't the sort of.
You weren't fighting freaks. You were fighting normal lawmen.
Yeah, that kind of was a bit. Yeah, but then obviously as the game started to progress and evolve, it was like, oh, so good.
See, I didn't mind that because I mean it's not a spoiler. At the start of the game, you start fighting the police because you wouldn't throw a ball at a black person and they attack you because of that.
Yeah.
Now that's why I didn't mind that, because you weren't just fighting normal policemen, you were fighting bigots. You were fighting the representative police of a racist society.
Yeah.
Give me a gun and have at it. You know what I mean?
I must admit, I did love the fact that, you know, it was quite a racist thing. I mean,
brave.
It's obviously for the time it was set, it was
right,
historically accurate.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But it's
could have backfired.
It's going to sound really weird, but I love seeing like racism like that in a game or a movie or something, because everyone tiptoes round it so much.
Yeah.
It's like having that thing sort of thrown in your face to make you go, oh, that's not right.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's the fact that it invokes that reaction where everyone will normally tiptoe around it because it's like, oh, we can't say this, it's not politically correct.
No.
It's like anything else. If it is there with a purpose, then there is no reason for it not to be there. It is a part of life. It's a part of history. Yeah. It's something I've always said. History is shared history. We on this planet have a shared history no matter what country we're from. Mm-hmm. Each country has done questionable things in its time. Yeah. We shouldn't be ignoring that fact and just, going, well, it didn't really happen. Yeah. I mean, you don't hear much about the amount of slavery that went on in this country. Yeah. No. Let alone, it happened. Oh, it happened, and for all intents and purposes, because of us, America got slaves. We were the ones who were selling America their slaves years on years on end. So it's a part of history that we shouldn't be ignoring.
But the thing about BioShock being so clever about it is racism isn't actually the big bad. Racism is just the background.
It's the setting.
Yeah. It's the setting. It's not. You're not there to stop racism. That's just the background of it. But it also gives you that sense of real evil. You know what I mean? It's not a maniacal man who wants to rule the world. Well, yeah, it is. But but do you know what I mean? There's a maniacal man who wants to rule the world. There always is. But because you've got the racism in there, which is real evil that really happened, it does give the story and the setting more weight. Yeah.
Well, to sort of carry on this discussion in a very uncomfortable way, and I'm picking my words carefully.
Are you tiptoeing around it? Because Tom hates that.
No, I'm just picking my words carefully.
Yeah.
Because I could just turn around and go, hey, Nazis!
Who do that? I've never said...
It's like the Modern Warfare, and not as much Modern Warfare, but those first-person World War II fighters that were all the rage a couple of years back.
Yeah, Call of Duty 3.
Yeah, those type of things. I think because of the sheer cartoonishness that they portrayed villains to be in a lot of ways, it kind of defanged what the Nazis actually were.
Yeah, modern media has defanged the Nazis generally because they're more like a figure of fun now. Yeah, which is odd how they got there, but don't get me wrong, they are. Hitler's a punchline now, which is weird.
Yeah, if you need a bad guy for a period piece, it's kind of like Hitler and Nazis and stuff. Yeah. It's like...
It's cartoonish, it's not actually scary.
Yeah, it's just a weird one. It's one that I've been interested in quite some time, trying to work out how we got to there.
Yeah.
And I do think that the elements of that start with the propaganda back in World War II.
Yeah.
The doodlebug and all that type of thing. And it sort of moves its way forward. And then you've got, in the 80s, Indiana Jones meeting Hitler with the book burning. And, it just... Those type of things get put into the zeitgeist, for want of a better term. And then it becomes this figure of film. You've got Family Guy pulling out Hitler jokes left, right and centre.
Yeah.
But whilst... I think it's not a bad idea poking fun at them. You can't ever do it to the point where you're removing what they were.
Yeah.
You can't take away the history and the atrocities that they created.
Yeah. Otherwise it'll happen again.
It's not just that, it's disrespectful.
Yeah, he's very disrespectful.
You've got... And I think one of the reasons that's happening, we are now in a world where the majority of people who fought in World War II are now unfortunately leaving us.
Yeah, we're down to, I think, our last 6 World War II veterans, something like that.
No, the last 6
last 6 World War One veterans. Yeah.
You might be the same. When I was a kid, you learned about World War II, and you had the knowledge that your granddad fought.
Yeah, my granddad did fight in World War II. My granddad was RAF, so yeah, it was real because you learned about it, and you could go home. And your granddad was there, and he was there.
Yeah, and you could talk to him about it if you so wished, which I often do with my granddad.
I remember for one of the first things I ever asked my granddad was, "Did you ever see Hitler?" I don't know why. It's just I don't know.
He's a celebrity.
I don't know. That's what I just thought maybe you would have shot at him. I don't know why, but I didn't ask him.
Nuts at him.
Surprising enough, my granddad never actually saw Hitler.
No, not being in a plane.
Not being in a plane. No.
No, it seems like spread eagles on the front.
Yeah. Weird.
Oh, get the windscreen wipers going. Got the common enemy of the free world. You won't get off.
God, if my granddad could see me now, he'd die again.
Wow. Wow. Oh, sorry, was he getting a bit too light-hearted for you?
He would find it funny.
So, knobs and balls, there we go, right.
Yeah, as you were saying, in the game, it was there for a reason.
Yeah, it was there for a reason.
It had its place.
Yeah.
Like the opening segment of Barbed Wire.
Fucking love showers. That's right. That's how you take a shower.
Or do you love fucking showers?
I love fucking showers. That's how you take a shower. You do it with a leather dress on, your tits out, on a swing.
Hey!
That's
how I take my baths, let alone my showers.
So yeah, I've been playing that. I've been playing Valorant Son of the Swing.
Well, you really need to play this, Adam, because God damn it, I need to speak to you about this ending. It is so pure alley, you wouldn't believe it. The ending is so good.
I will be picking it up. What date are we now? 16th?
15th.
15th. Oh, we're breaking the magic. I'll be picking it up in 10
12th.
days.
So,
picking it up in 10 days.
Remind me.
Yeah.
On the way home, because I will have a word with you about that.
Okay.
But the other game...
I like how you just sort of let everyone know that you two are going home together.
Yes.
And then we're going to have sex.
On a swing in a shower with a bath.
Leather dress on, it's out.
It's known as skimming. So
yeah, the other game I've been playing is the fantastically awesome Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon.
Yay! Why aren't more people playing this game?
By God, it is great.
It's so good.
The fact that when you pillage corpses, it's never like search for items or anything. It's pillage. It's like you pull their hearts
Cyber
out.
hearts.
You pull their cyber hearts out, and you just go doing stuff like going, I'm a heartbreaker.
See, I love the fact that this game, when you did that, when I first started off, I was killing folk and it said pillage. I was like, oh, pillage. And I took the hearts out and I was collecting all these cyber hearts. I didn't know what they were for. Like, what are these cyber hearts for? And then eventually the game tells you what the cyber hearts are for. The entire map is roaming with thunder lizards or blood dragons. Mm-hmm. And what these blood dragons do, they are basically T-Rexes with laser beams attached to their frickin' heads. And these things are incredibly aggressive and hard to kill. So you use the cyber hearts to lure them away from things.
Wow.
Or lure them to things.
Lure them to things. Like you can throw them inside an enemy base, and then these blood dragons will attack an enemy base.
So I managed to climb up to the top of a base that I was taking over the other day, and it's like I'm running around like there's some guys here. Where are they?
Yeah.
And then it's like, ooh, what's this button do? click,
Drops the
shield
shields.
down,
Yeah.
and like one of them just came in and took out all the guys.
Yeah.
It was like, sweet.
But it's another game that I'm sitting there picking up these hearts and I'm thinking, what are they? Am I going to level up with these? No, I'm going to use them to lure in dragons. Yes!
Probably some of that.
And it's like your main pistol is the AJM.
AJM.
Alex J. Murphy. It's RoboCop's gun.
Yep.
That's
with
cool.
neon lights.
Yep.
That's really
That
good.
is actually the gun I use most. I use the handgun most because it looks so fucking cool.
And there's the shotgun, which is called the
I can't remember the names now.
Galleria, 1995, I think it is. Because the Galleria is the name of the shopping mall in Terminator 2. It is the shotgun from Terminator 2.
It's the chopping mall.
Shopping mall.
Chopping mall. That mall is the most famous mall in the world.
Is it?
Terminator 2 was filmed there. Commando was filmed there. And a film called Chopping Mall was filmed there.
Awesome.
Which is brilliantly shit.
But yeah, you got that. You've got the Phasertron, which is your machine gun.
Machine gun.
Which is obviously Phaser and
Tron.
Wait, it shoots Bruce Boxleiter out.
Yeah.
Wow.
Actually, I think it was supposed to be sort of like Decepticon or something like that.
See, I think the best stylistic choice they made for Blood Dragon out of all of them is to make all the bad guys wear cycle helmets.
Yeah.
Because that's what they were like in the 80s.
Yep.
All bad guys wore
And
motorcycle helmets.
That classic robot-y voice when they're talking, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Absolutely beautiful. And it's got literally the greatest tutorial ever, because the tutorial is your mate pissing with you.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, I loaded a tutorial program into your heads-up display. He's like, what?
Fuck
and then
you, dude.
it just kind of like comes up saying, press A to prove that you can read. And he's just like, oh, for fuck's sake.
Press this button to run. Run is a faster version of walking. And there's
And you can see the entire way through it, he just swears constantly, like in the old 80s movies, where it was just kind of like, if I put fucking enough times, it's going to sound really awesome.
And it's also going to expand the 10 minutes into the film.
Yeah. Good old wrecked power cult.
Oh, brilliant.
Fucking love that game.
Yeah.
It's getting its own thing now. It's going to be its own series.
Really?
They're actually going to make a full-fledged one. It's been that well received.
Nice. 'Cause, I mean, that's the thing.
It's not long.
No, I mean it's one island from
Far Cry,
isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And it's they basically just what two of the reviewers I watched were saying was like, this is basically a guy took his work home on the weekend, had a few drinks, and just decided, I wonder what would happen.
Yeah. See, I think this game, if they make him into a full game, because it's based on a Far Cry island, so it's got the brilliant sky to put up with the base in, but generally you're on like a tropical island just at night, so you can't see as much. Now, if they make this game make a proper version of it, like in a dystopian city and things like that, it'd just be so much better. And not to say it isn't good, because it is brilliant, but that'll just add so much to it.
What if it becomes its own game rather than almost an add-on?
Well,
I mean, it is an add-on. It's just a standalone. You don't need the game to play it.
But it's like a very well done mod, incredibly well done mod.
I mean, I would have paid more than a tenner for it.
It's worth more than a tenner.
Yeah, I definitely would have paid more than a tenner.
Yeah, it's worth 20 at least. I mean, I got 8 to 10 hours of gameplay out of it, and that's just doing the story and a couple of side missions. Yeah, but I got a good 8 to 10 hours out of it.
Shall we move on?
Yeah.
Before we do, I just want to quickly say, yes, Mikey, you were correct. I did scream at you and your little friend Andy whilst listening to your podcast. Bastards. So, moving on. Because we have segments. We have the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. promo trailer.
Woohoo!
I think this is good for discussion.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
it does two very interesting things in my mind.
Makes my pants wet.
It opens up a whole heap of ideas. Because now we know it's going to be superhero stroke villains.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. characters that won't be turning up in the films.
Well, that's the original premise for it, wasn't it? They were going to deal with the
Z-list.
Not well known, the Z-list.
The Justice League of the Marvel world.
No, less than that.
The Justice League Unlimited of the Marvel world.
Less than that.
Alright.
What I'm hoping for is characters like Taskmaster turning up as characters.
See, I'm not that strong on Marvel myself, so...
I love Taskmaster.
Well, I mean, it's like...
in a non-ironic way as well, he's fucking brilliant.
I love the fact that, you had that opening as well, because obviously we watched the extended trailer, and you had that bit with the agent coming on, the sort of green agent. He's like, I've got level 6 clearance. I know that, Coulson was killed before the New York incident. And then Coulson just walks in and says, "Welcome to level 7." It's like,
I wonder how they're going to work that into the story that Coulson's still alive. What do you reckon, clone?
No, I'm saying Fury fucked with him.
That's the thing.
You think he was all a setup?
Yeah.
Like he played, like in the movie, he actually played it up. Like he put the blood on their America cards just to give him that extra bit of fire.
It's like Coulson says in the movie. It's like we discussed this after seeing the movie. It's like he actually refers to himself as a
MacGuffin.
No, as
Catalyst.
a plot point.
Yeah.
He basically says this wouldn't have worked. They wouldn't have pulled together without something to get.
They needed a reason to fight.
Yeah. And it's basically he was that reason. He was one of their friends that got killed.
Which brings up the interesting thought of what happens when the Avengers find out.
Yay, I imagine.
Well,
you're not dead.
Yeah, but it's going to be like Fury, you lied to us, and
no, clone.
But it's one of those things, isn't it?
Decoy.
Just have to see how it's handled in the next movie.
I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
I'm seriously
intrigued. They
did
did that kind of thing with the Ultimates, didn't they?
Yeah.
Fury sort of fucked with them a few too many times, and the Avengers basically said, "Right, that's it. We're leaving Shield. We're no longer under your jurisdiction. The Avengers are going to be just the Avengers."
And then they could be like they were in the 90s, the Avengers under the directions of the UN.
Yay. Two things I thought about that is, well, obviously it's Joss Whedon doing it, and he's
producing it.
He's producing it.
Yes.
Right.
First, he pens the pilot, doesn't he?
He's the pilot, and I think this is something like he's doing a two-parter as well.
Yeah. Is David Greenwald involved? Because them two work together. He is.
Yes.
Oh yes, fucking right.
Will you please put that away and stop that?
No. Well, basically, you got Joss Whedon and David Greenwald. They're a fucking excellent team together. The two things I'm worried about. One, I hope this works because they give these two a lot of money to make a TV show. Joss Whedon has never let us down, but the networks have.
Yeah.
Yes.
Angel cancelled before its time. Firefly, we don't even need to go there.
No.
And they were both had so much left to give. I just hope this works. I hope people watch this.
I'd like to say the same about Dollhouse, but I never got onto the second season.
Dollhouse.
I've been told that. The first season I thought was brilliant. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Did you see it go post-apocalyptic?
Hey.
Did you see it go post-apocalyptic?
No, because I never saw the second season.
Yeah.
And apparently the second season was basically just him sort of trying to get everything he could in there before.
Didn't work that well. It wasn't bad. But it ended up going post-apocalyptic at the end. It's really fucking weird. But still interesting to watch though.
I think it's up on Netflix, so I might give it a go.
I can see why he failed, but I wasn't bored watching it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like I say, I just hope people actually watch this. I mean, obviously we all know the Avengers did really well, and couldn't have done really much better. But I just hope the audience who go to see the cinema to see a superhero film, I'm not sure if they'll necessarily sit down and watch a superhero show.
Well, this is the interesting thing. Marvel have done two things, which are firsts, as far as I'm aware anyhow. They've made a film franchise without actually making a film franchise.
Yeah.
They've made a multimedia film franchise.
Yeah.
So you've got the Avengers, plus all the satellite films that tie into them. So the Avengers is going to be the big tentpole films that come out. All the other films are going to work out around them. As far as I'm aware, first time that's ever happened.
Yeah, makes sense.
Right? Not only that, they've got a series based on these films that's going to be happening at the same time as the films.
Let's face it, DC couldn't do this because you have to keep continuity straight.
DC, we'll get to DC shortly. We'll be getting to DC. But This is a massive marketing push.
Yeah.
I'm worried that people are going to go, oh, God, not more Marvel.
Yeah.
See, I'm not a Marvel fan. Mm-hmm. I do not read Marvel comics, but their films are great. Mm-hmm. This TV show looks great.
Yeah.
Basically, I need a replacement for Angel and Supernatural at the moment, because Supernatural's went stale as fuck.
Right.
It's really not very long.
Really has.
Yeah, the last season.
I gave up on season 8 after the 3rd episode.
I don't blame you. I got halfway through the season. I got up to about 3 months ago. I got up to date.
Yeah.
And by the last 2 episodes, I was just playing on my computer, not paying attention, because it was turning into Charmed.
Well, that's the thing. I noticed because I started getting bored.
Yeah.
During season 7.
Yeah.
And it literally was, every season was the same formula. It was like, right, last season something happened to Sam and we had to sort that out. Right, this season something will happen with Dean and they'll fall out, then they'll get back together, then they'll fall out.
It's really got stale. And obviously Angel isn't on the air anymore. You've got Game of Thrones, but Game of Thrones, you only get 10 episodes a season because of how expensive it is to make, and it's fucking brilliant. But I need something I'm going to get 24 episodes a season out of that's not high fantasy, but, kind of magical, superhero-y type stuff.
You want a Unreal World slant. You want the Angel effect.
Yeah, I want the Angel effect, exactly. And I'm hoping...
Coining that phrase right now.
Effect. Well, this is what I'm hoping to get. This is why I've always thought a Batman TV show would be great.
Yeah, you want the Smallville without the cheese.
Well, yeah, I want Smallville without the Dawson's Creek.
Yeah.
I want Smallville without the Smallville, please.
But there isn't a lot of it on TV at the moment, but there's a lot of it in movies. Superhero movies are doing great numbers across the body. Green Lantern was shit, did good numbers.
I think the thing with the series is what they're thinking is you've got all the people who flock to see superhero movies, it's like, oh, I'm gonna go see it, and then you've got those people who just kind of like, I'm not bothered, I'll wait for it to come out on DVD or whatever, or be on telly. They're your more kind of, I just want to sit back and watch a series kind of thing. And I think this series is basically to bring those people into the loop, sort of thing, because it's going to run alongside the movies. So it's going to mention things that are in these movies, so it's going to get those people who are just interested in watching a TV series, a serialised thing, kind of going, oh, I wonder what they're talking about. Oh, maybe I'll see that. And then maybe have a build-up to a new movie with something that's happening in the series.
Are they going to use the series to build up to each Avengers movie as well?
I think they'd be stupid to do so.
I think so too.
See, my worry here is, a good example, when I'm thinking of the everyday person, I always think of the girls my wife works with. Now, us lot, of course we're going to watch a Marvel TV show. We're nerds, we love this shit. Right, the girls that my wife works with, she works in a costume shop with your normal everyday lasses. Now they'll all go and see Avengers because it's a big movie. They're not likely to sit and watch a superhero TV show. They will watch a movie, they'll go and see the big movie, but they're not likely to sit at home and watch every week a superhero TV show because they don't care that much. The big spectacle gets people in for a one-off, one-shot movie, but watching every week, I don't know how well you're going to appeal to the non-nerd fan.
As I was saying with the previous thing, it's like I also think it's going to be, if there's a series that's tied into those big movies. I mean, people got to see the Avengers, big spectacle. A lot of people fell in love with some of the characters and that. And
Hawkeye.
That'll get people
Hawkeye.
That'll get people going to, sort of thinking, oh, I want to see more of that, and then, they'll find out about this TV series and start watching it, and, it'll pull them into the other movies that they maybe wouldn't have gone to see because they're not as big a spectacle.
So I think that's where our minds work. I don't see that happening to the everyday person.
It's going to happen to a fair few people.
It'll happen to some people.
Well, people are going to get dragged in.
Yeah. It'll happen to... I mean, that happened to me with Firefly. Yeah. I didn't actually see Firefly until after I'd seen the movie.
Serenity.
Yeah, after I went to see Serenity, because I'm not into sci-fi, so I wasn't interested. Yeah. It was Joss Whedon, but I was like, sci-fi, I don't care. Well, went to see Serenity, fucking loved it, and then I instantly went and bought the box set and watched the TV show. But I'm a nerd. Nerds think that way. You know what I mean? I think your everyday person off the street, not so much. But we'll see.
I think it's certainly a target that's been softened up. Stuff like
Game
of Thrones alone And
yes.
it's softened up a target audience for this type of thing.
Game of Thrones is doing a lot better numbers than I would have expected.
Yeah, it is huge. It is the most successful TV show at this point.
It does nerves to me because it's fucking brilliant.
I'll get to it. I will get to it.
You just watch it.
But I think that's down to the amount of baps in each episode as well.
There's a lot of baps.
I do like
There's
baps.
a lot of baps.
Especially on hands.
There's
and it's single-handedly keeping Britain's actors in work.
yeah, I mean there is that thing with that TV show where it's like you know, a lot of people will probably just kind of like, oh, it's something new, so I'll give it a go.
Yeah.
You know, or you've got like you know, it's probably they see all these beautiful women like getting you know, getting knackered in the trailers and all that, and it's, you know, just kind of like, oh, I wonder if I'll actually get to see something. And then they, you know, they get to see as much as they do, but the writing in it is so clever and the characters are so sort of well-rounded. Yeah, well-rounded. You either like them because you're supposed to like them, or you hate them because you're supposed to hate them.
Fucking Joffrey, I would drown that fucking boy if I could.
But that's the thing. You know, you'd you know, I wasn't too bothered with it.
Yeah.
When it started, so I watched it because Becca wanted to watch it. She was intrigued by it. You know, I saw like, you know, oh well, there might be some fit birds in it. It was something to keep me interested because I knew it wasn't an action-packed thing. It was something about
it's all political.
It's the political manoeuvring and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I didn't think it was going to interest me. I thought, you know, I'll watch it with my wife because she wants to watch it. Might be some cute girls in it.
Yeah.
Keep my attention. And fucking hell, I loved it. I loved every bit of it. I mean, I actually had to get her to tell me some of the spoilers for the upcoming story because I just couldn't wait.
Yeah,
and she's read the book, so it was like I had to get her to tell me some things because I literally could not wait.
It's like the show to me. It's got the high fantasy setting of Lord of the Rings with the intelligence of something like Rome. Because it's all about the play. It's not about the fighting. There's some fighting, not a lot, but there's some fighting in it. But it's all about the political manoeuvrings. Yeah. So it's got that. It feels like a historical drama. Because I've only seen season 2. I've seen none of the new season yet. There's very little magic in it. The world is full of magic, but there's very little magic actually happening. It's just the world they live in. No, you don't. There's very few sorcerers lying around. There's one in Carth I've seen so far. You know, there's very little magic happening, but it's all political. It's like watching Rome set in Middle Earth. It really is.
Yeah.
God, it's good.
We're going to move away from this because I think that we could probably. Well, I could happily sit here and just listen to you two talk for another hour or so, but yeah, let's get moving on because we have other things to talk about. I want to talk about DC Comics.
Yay!
Because
on that note, I should be back in a second.
Good for you. DC Comics. They've fucked up again.
They have fucked up again. Bastards!
Because they have taken another selection of things, of titles, and cancelled them.
They have.
Including my favourite current DC title, Dial H.
I've not read it, I must admit.
Dial H is amazing. If nothing else, just for the sequence of you now face the power of Iron Snail. It's just this guy in a giant mech suit looking like a snail.
You'd still need to loan me the rest of Dial H because you teased me. You teased me with the first one.
I do that.
And then never gave me.
Oh, so you never saw Pelican Army?
No.
Or Shamanticore?
No.
Shamanticore! Just Shaman the Shamanticore!
I mean, yeah, it was a brilliant idea and brilliantly executed that first issue.
Yeah.
I mean, it had me sat there going, what the fuck? But not in a bad way, in a good way. I wanted to know more.
I'll hook you up. Don't you worry about that now.
So, does that mean technically you can't call it New 52 anymore?
They're still calling it the New 52.
Even though there isn't 52 comics?
Oh, they're replacing them with something. I don't know off the top of my head what they're replacing it with.
What is it just Dial H or what are other things being cancelled?
Demon Knights is being cancelled as well.
Never even heard of that one.
Demon Knights wasn't bad in the slightest. It was...
So is there a reason for it? It was bad numbers or...
They haven't given any reasoning.
It must be bad numbers because if it was well, it is DC.
Well,
I was going to say if it's making money, they're not going to stop. But
I'm quite surprised that they haven't got rid of New Guardians, to be honest, because I don't think that can be doing very good numbers.
It's a Green Lantern book.
It's a Lantern book, of course.
Jeff Johns is going to keep that thing going until that horse is ground to hamburger.
But that's
If Thing of the Outsiders isn't in there, I'd be surprised. Red Hood and the Outsiders in there, because no one's really talking about that.
Well, you've got his Demon Knights Legion, which both launched at the beginning of the new 52, and they are both finishing in issue 23. Dal H will end on the double-sized issue 15, which promises to offer all the answers you've been looking for and more questions you didn't think to ask. And Threshold 8 is going as well. The anthology series, yeah.
To be fair, if Dial H wasn't in that list, you wouldn't care.
Demon Knights wasn't bad. I've picked Demon Knights up every now and again. It's alright. It's a decent romp. It's a nice medieval story full of cursed characters being all fun. It's pretty good. It's one of those ones I prefer reading in trades rather than picking up each month.
I mean, I've not really read anything from the New 52 since, I skimmed a load of the the first issues and that. I mean, Animal Man, I read a fair few of those because one of the guys at work was getting them and he kept leaving them upstairs in the staff room, so I'd have a
Animal Man is so good.
Yeah, it was good. I mean, the one I was collecting, I mean, people who listen to this know I'm totally in love with Kyle Rayner's Green Lantern.
Really? Why, Rob?
So I want to support the character, so I've been buying the comic, and just it has been getting worse and worse and worse. It started off with a really good solid premise. It was a slow burner. Yeah. But when it got to it was like, oh yeah, this is good. Then the New 52 did that whole thing where they all reset to issue 0 or whatever it was, and and it was just kind of like they kind of like started it all up again. It was just kind of like, we've done all this, why are you repeating yourself? And then once they did the big thing of, oh look, Kyle can channel every emotion, he's a White Lantern. What's he done? Nothing. He just kind of stands there and whimpers and is a bit of a pussy. It's like, ugh. But apparently the end of the Wrath of the First Lantern, which DC did something funny with this. I was talking to Tommy today. Right. I went to see if my new issue was in, and he says no, they've been held back. And I was like, okay, why is that? And he said, well, all the new issues are epilogues to the end of Rage of the First Lantern. The actual end of it is in Green Lantern, which is having some trouble they're having trouble getting out on time, sort of thing. So all the others being held back because the previous week they launched Green Lantern Corps. First 3 pages was the epilogue to the story. So they spoiled the story with that.
I want to draw your attention to a website called hasdcdonесomethingstupidtoday.com. They have a counter, and apparently it has been 1 day since DC Comics did something stupid.
Okay.
It's a proper thing that changes.
Yeah.
It's like, here, we have 300 days without accidents. I have yet to see it go beyond 4 days. It actually says here, DC's previous record is 4 days without doing something stupid. I want to know who's running DC at the moment.
I literally want to know why they did this New 52. I mean, shake things up. That's the way comics work, because otherwise they get stale. Yeah. But generally, all they do is
retell the same stories.
Retell the same stories, but like it's generally stories that you or I may never have read. Ones that were
70s and in repeats.
Yeah, 70s or something that were basically been given a more modern twist. So it's not all hey chum and all that kind of thing. They've made them maybe a bit darker, a bit grittier. And they spruce up the costumes to make the costumes look more...
to make the costumes work in films. That's what they've done.
That's what they've done with... That's what they've done with New 52. But, like the 90s, they tried to spruce up the costumes and stuff like that. Not to make them look better in
Extreme!
Films. But just to try and make them... Just to make them look, more
don't
contemporary.
Do not be dissing Superman's mullet.
I love Superman's mullet. I like mullet Superman. I think that's
Superman's mullet. The electric Superman, when they tried to sort of change the character because they thought it was getting a bit stale.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. Yeah, we like that. But just overhauling the entire universe because you think if you make them look more cinema friendly, you'll get a movie.
The problem is they didn't overhaul the entire universe.
No, they didn't. They
pretended to. They papered over the cracks.
They soft booted.
Yeah, I mean, actually, Paul Leitruter, we worked out the Batman timeline.
Yeah,
it all took place over 5 years, didn't it?
Something more than that. I think it's 7 or 8.
Yeah.
But we worked out that the entirety of Nightfall, Night's End, and Night's Quest took about 8 months.
Yeah.
No Man's Land was 3 weeks.
What?
Oh yeah, because all of this stuff happened.
Yeah, it did.
They didn't get rid of any of it. They didn't rebuild anything.
Well, this is what I was thinking, because I got to admit, I wasn't reading comics much, and then New 52 got me interested again, so I started reading some Batman. Mm-hmm. So I thought I'd do it from a layman's point of view. I don't know who Batman is. I'll start reading, I don't know who Batman is. Who the fuck's Damian Wayne? Who the fuck's Robin? Basically, there's this one scene where you've got...
I'll get to Robin in a minute.
Yeah. That one scene where it's, you've got Damian Wayne, current Robin.
Yeah.
Tim
That's
Drake,
the one.
former Robin,
now Nightwing.
Current Red Robin.
Yeah, Red Robin, and
then... Richard Grayson,
yeah.
former Robin, current Nightwing.
Yeah.
Sort of thing. And it's just kind of like...
Who the fuck are these people? Like, obviously I know who they are, but from a layman's point of view, if you knew 52, starting from scratch, this is issue 1. Who the fuck are these people?
Yeah.
Who's Robin? Who's Nightwing? Who's Red Robin?
And now they've actually retconned...
Yeah, they've retconned
themselves so that Red Robin was never actually a Robin.
What?
Tim Drake was
never a Robin. Now, it's bad enough they gave him Falcon's costume.
Yeah.
But Tim Drake was what and who? What?
Tim Drake wasn't Robin.
They actually have... it was on... I think it was on Superhero Hype when I read it. They actually had a picture from the original publication.
Yeah.
Where in Teen Titans Robin's having a fight with somebody and he mentions something about being Robin the Boy Wonder in his sort of monologue thing.
Yeah.
Or thought bubble, whatever. And then they showed the trade paperback.
Yeah.
Where they've actually edited it out and retconned it so he was just known as the Boy Wonder or something like that.
The scene that you're talking about there, in the trade, it doesn't have formerly Robin, current Red Robin. It just has Tim Drake, Red Robin.
What?
Yeah.
They have retconned themselves.
So he was never Robin, but still knows Batman.
But no, he was never Robin, but he was Red Robin. It seems like the most pointless exercise.
What's the upside of this?
There isn't one. There isn't one apart from to condense the timeline down. Stephanie Brown's another one.
Yeah, she doesn't exist, does she?
Oh, well, she doesn't now because they've retconned her back out. She appeared in some background stuff, but now she's gone again. So it's just that the one that gets me is first appearance of Bane in the New 52.
Yeah.
Right? It's last time I met him, he broke me. It's like, but Azrael doesn't exist in the New 52.
So
who took over?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
It is just a contradiction.
No, Azrael doesn't exist.
No, Azrael doesn't exist. You've got Talon now instead.
Who?
Talon. You know the Talons from the Court of Owls?
Yeah.
Yeah. One of them who turned good.
Right.
Exactly the same as Azrael. He might as well just be Azrael. But no Azrael. Azrael never happened.
And then
Piss on my fucking boots and tell me it's raining.
I mean, I remember that's one thing we really, really had a scream about was the fact that Batgirl was Barbara Gordon again.
Oh
yeah. So her spine grew back.
Yes.
But that's the thing. Before they did this, she was actually training Stephanie to be Batgirl.
What is it with
it? Gets better.
I mean, she
because in Batman Incorporated, guess who's in a wheelchair?
Oracle. Is it still Barbara? That would be so DC if they had Oracle, but it wasn't Barbara Gordon.
Well, the current idea is that Oracle's going to end up being a character coming out of a new comic called The Movement, which isn't bad.
Right, but is it Barbara Gordon?
No.
So, oh Jesus Christ.
But
how's she in a wheelchair?
They get around it by saying Batman Incorporated isn't in continuity.
They get around it by saying ignore it.
Yeah.
What is it with DC? Why can't they keep the continuity straight?
I don't know.
They just rebooted it.
I know, and it's already a goddamn mess.
Right, Adam, Jason Todd.
Yes.
Did he happen?
God knows.
Yes,
Jason Todd
happened because Jason Todd's the Red Hood.
Yeah, Jason Todd was once Robin.
He is Red Hood, of course.
And is now Red Hood. God knows what happened in between that.
Yeah.
Fuck knows. I just don't care. DC have actually...
Star Sapphire decided that she could make a lot more money out of porn than being a superhero.
Yep.
So she just goes around sleeping with everyone.
You would.
DC have managed to do an incredible feat.
Yeah.
Single-handedly destroy their own property.
Again.
I get 2 DC books a week. Animal Man, Swamp Thing. Dial H as well, but that's leaving. So that's it. The only other books I'm interested in is the Batman. Just Batman by itself.
Is that the one that had Court of Owls in?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah. So Scott Snyder is an amazing writer.
Court of Owls was really good.
And Greg Capullo, formerly of Spawn, is a brilliant artist. He's an absolutely incredible artist. I love that book. I think it's really good. But that's one I'm going to get in trade. Can't bother getting that weekly. Going to get that traded.
Yeah.
Justice League Dark. When I remember to pick it up, I'll pick it up.
Yeah.
It's not full. So DC have now knocked me down from 8 books a month, which is what I got at the beginning of 52, to 2. Marvel, I've gone from 3 to 10. Because Marvel are pulling out systematically good stuff.
Yeah.
Month in, month out.
Do you think...
The DC fanboy is now buying more Marvel than DC.
Do you think DC would exist if they didn't have Superman and Batman?
No, God no. No, not a chance.
It's odd, isn't it? How they're probably they're probably the worst comic book company, but they have the 2 best characters.
The 2 biggest characters in the
2 biggest characters in comic book history.
Yeah, I would be hard pressed to disagree with that one. It's just unreal.
Yeah.
You know what it needs?
What?
Needs some quantum bastard in it. Yeah, going back in time, fucking shit up.
Yeah.
Although, saying that though, Flashpoint is coming out as an animated movie.
Yes.
I haven't. Oh yeah.
Flashpoint?
Yeah.
What the fuck are they going to do that now?
Haven't got a clue.
Do you mean 8 hours long?
I was looking forward to it.
That's a convoluted story if I've ever fucking heard one. What are
Well,
they going to do? Blackest Day, Darkest Night next?
Well, no, well, possibly.
Jesus, imagine trying to do that.
What I'm looking forward to is the idea that there is going to be a sequence in this film where you're just going to see the Flash electrocuting himself again and again. I'm going to have that bit on repeat. Just Thomas Wayne watching as the Flash continuously electrocutes himself and sets himself on fire. Yes, please.
Cool, Wally.
Barry, I think.
Wally.
Right, so that's that. We're going on a bit longer because the conversations that we're having are actually quite in depth.
This is what happens when you get me on.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just bounce through some realistic Minecraft pictures because these things are cool. You can find them at geektyrant.com.
They are like really nice, but
Yeah,
I mean I don't play Minecraft, so
just swinging back quickly to DC. Did you know that in Injustice the cosmic treadmill's it?
Oh, that makes me happy.
is it worth having a go?
Yeah, but don't expect much.
Okay.
Another interesting thing I saw this week was, I can't find it, but Arnold Schwarzenegger is apparently in talks now to talk about being in the new Toxic Avengers movie.
And not being
Toxic himself, just being in it.
So he's actually talking to, what are they called again?
It's not actually Trauma that's making it because Trauma's out of business.
Really? I wonder why.
One thing I do want to bring up, because I think it's fantastic, friend of the podcast, Livio Ramondelli, because he's got a lovely name. Say it with me. Livio Ramondelli.
It's a good name. He should make pasta sauces.
Oh, he could just keep on drawing. He put up
what
the...
the hell is that?
That's the cover for Monstrosity number 7. It's the Terracons in an acid storm rain thing.
Jesus.
His artwork for this is just...
he is knocking it out the park.
I mean, did you see the cover he did with Jetfire on it?
Yes.
Oh!
Yeah.
I don't even like Transformers, and that's fucking beautiful.
Livio's artwork is incredible.
Jesus.
And if the scary thing is, it looks like something produced, back in the day of 2000 AD, Judge Dredd magazine.
Yeah.
But it's all digitally done.
Really?
Yeah. He does it all digitally.
Damn. When we got to Chancellor Ognam Assembly, he came up with this wonderful sentence, and every time I see his work, I always think back to it. When he said, "Well, if I just drew the paper and pen, I just don't know how to do that anymore."
Yeah.
And I was just like, I love you.
It's amazing. Like I look at some of the things he's done at conventions and that.
Mm-hmm.
He always posts up stuff that he's done.
Yeah.
Which is really nice. And it's like, his work is fantastic, but when you look at it, his lines are very, very simplistic.
Oh yeah. There's
very few sort of actual lines. He just manages to work wonders with his shading.
Yeah.
I just don't know how he does it. It's amazing.
Mm-hmm. The guy is incredibly talented, and
yeah.
You know, I also wanted to brought up the K-Arts Dark Knight trilogy, Bane and Batman, just because these pictures make me laugh like a fucking drain.
Oh Jesus, really?
Looking at how stupid does he look?
Oh God, really stupid.
Star Trek, a Action Picard.
Doesn't look like him.
But you know, Star Trek's Creo Star Trek is now turning up in toy aisles.
Right.
So that's Lego Star Trek, which I think is rather cool. Speaking of Lego, yeah,
God damn!
Built by Rich K and Big J using how many is that? 150,000 bricks and 1,700 minifigures. They built the Battle of Helm's Deep out of Lego Lord of the Rings.
That's fucking gorgeous.
I have to mention that because it is absolutely incredible. Another interesting thing that's coming out is Nika are doing a Friday the 13th figure based on the old 8-bit game.
I wonder why it looked like that.
So he's got all the neon colours of being in an 8-bit game.
Genius.
And I think that is really cool. So it's the Nika San Diego Comic Con exclusive.
Who's Nika?
They're a toy company. They do
yeah.
quite a lot. I'm sure they did Gears of War.
Right, they do game stuff, do they?
Yeah.
That's genius.
They do lots of licensed properties.
Yeah.
I'm sure they have the Prometheus line and stuff like that. If anyone's going to San Diego Comic Con and they're going to pick one of these up spare, let me know, because I want one of these things. I think that's absolutely gorgeous. And then we've got some more
shit.
We've got the Transformers, a little bit of Transformers toy used. The Titan class Metroplex has been given pictures in scale with a boy.
Jeez.
Because they had nothing else to scale it against.
That's massive.
It's ridiculously big. Have you not seen the picture of it against Generation 1 Metroplex?
What is it like?
Yes, I've seen that one.
2 foot, is it?
I actually think it's a bit bigger than that, you know.
I don't know how big the child is.
I'm hoping that the child actually comes with the toy.
I'm sorry, just from the size of that thing, I would say it is worth the money.
How much did they ask me?
170.
Oh, 2 Xboxes, thanks.
I would never buy it.
No, I
don't have that money to throw around. But when you see how good it looks and how big it is, that is worth the money.
I've got to admit, recently my thought process has turned on it. When I first saw it, I thought it looked too lanky and it just didn't look enough. But you start seeing the scale of the thing and it does start tickling my fancy. I will never own it because I can't throw that kind of money at something. There's just no way. But for those of you who can, go for it, man.
In a perfect world, you would have one.
So from the massive, biggest Transformer ever to some of the smallest.
Okay.
I have to bring these up for 2 reasons. We have a Megatron Origins Megatron Legend size and a Starscream IDW Legend size. I bring these up because of their Target Master partners. Now, Megatron himself looks pretty cool. You know, considering the fact he's 2 inches tall?
Yeah.
Starscream, 2 inches tall, pretty good. Starscream comes with Waspinator.
Nice.
Which means Waspinator, as a Target Master, is in scale, because he's a Beast Wars character.
Yeah.
That makes me happy. Okay? Second thing, Megatron comes with Chop Shop. Now, me and Jai have discussed this on a regular basis. Chop Shop was a deluxe Insecticon. He's never been a Target Master.
Okay.
And has no gun. So what me and Jai have come to the conclusion is that Megatron just grabbed the first Insecticon he could find, welded it to his arm, and is now going around punching people with this poor little robot, who's now going, I find this quite inappropriate behaviour. As time goes on, we believe that Chop Chop could solve every problem on Crisis. He is that intelligent. But unfortunately, he's losing his mind through being beaten against other things. I feel sorry for Chop Chop.
It's a good knuckle duster.
Yeah, it's a stag beetle. It's a stag beetle bigger than your torso.
Made of metal.
Yes.
That'd do.
That will do me.
Aye.
So I had to bring that up. I also think they look pretty cool. The Megatron tank mode is quite funky. So that is everything I had there. Apart from the Riddick trailer. Has anyone seen that?
No.
Otherwise known as, oh look, it's pitch black again.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, isn't he a king now?
No.
Well, why?
He's been hiding on a planet and then bounty hunters come to get him.
What?
I don't know.
Well, to be honest, Pitch Black was a much better movie.
Pitch Black is a great
But
film.
he's king of the necromongers, damn it.
Kill what you keep. Or keep what you kill.
Kill what you keep.
Kill what you keep.
But do you kill people with teacups?
I hope so.
But the thing is, I think the Riddick series did too much of a jump.
Yeah. It
went from Pitch Black, where they kind of went, oh, that character Riddick's really cool, what can we put him in? Let's make something epic.
Yeah.
If they just built it up to that.
Mm-hmm. Well, they don't feel like they're the same universe.
No.
Not at all.
Well, was Chronicles really directed by Brett Ratner? Because it feels like it was.
Brett Ratner, bitches!
Yeah. No, it had no intelligence behind it whatsoever. Yet I still like it.
Because it's shit.
It is shit.
It is utter shit.
It's well filmed.
That's his response to that. And I think we're going for a break.
Right.
And we shall return in a moment with a brand new segment and the Twitter challenge. And I need to piss.
Woo!
For this restless warrior just to be with you. And can you feel the love tonight? It is where we are. It's enough for this wide-eyed wanderer that we got this far. Time for everyone, if they only learn that the twisting kaleidoscope moves us all in turn. There's a rhyme and reason to the wild outdoors when the heart of this star-crossed Voyager beats in time with yours. And can you feel the love tonight? How it's laid to rest. It's enough to name kings and vagabonds to leave the very best. There's a calm surrender to the rush of day when the heat of a rolling world can be turned away. And can you feel the love tonight? It is where we are. It's enough for this wide-eyed wanderer that we got this far.
back. Did you enjoy that?
I did enjoy it.
Good. What was it?
All of it.
Good. Did you enjoy it?
About 7/8.
Don't believe you. I think you hated every moment.
No, 7/8.
Okay. So should we jump onto a new thing?
Yeah, let's jump onto a new thing.
Let's see how this works. This is the Well of Creptacular.
Ooh, sounds good.
The Well of Creptacular is a... You know how the Icon 101s work?
Yes.
Where there is a great big vault where all the shit things in Transformers gets put. The Well of Creptacular is a place where occasionally shit comes out. Little nuggets of forgotten rubbish that you wish you had forgotten about. And what I want to do now is I want to get you guys... I have nicked this entirely from another podcast, so I'm going to be honest about it here. Though the idea, I'm doing my own little spin on it. What I want you to do, when I explain to you what this tiny nugget is, I want you to update it, and I want you to give me a story in which this comic character will work in.
Easy then.
Okay?
Alright.
And there is a reason I'm springing it on you, because I want your reaction to be as pure as it can be.
Right.
Okay? So without further ado, I want to introduce you to Arm Fall Off Boy.
What? Yes!
Okay.
Oh,
Whose
yes.
soul... I looked for this.
Arm Fall Off Boy.
I went through the darkest places on the internet finding some of these.
Oh,
Arm Fall Off Boy has a power where he can take his arms off. And it's not a little modular thing, because if you look at the picture, you can see the flesh and the bone where his arm pops off. Would you like to know the history of Arm Fall Off Boy?
Go for it.
And I'd like to point out, this isn't some shitty little character I found. Arm Fall Off Boy, otherwise known as Floyd Belkin, is a DC comic superhero from the 30th century. Okay? His first appearance was in Secret Origins, Volume 2, number 46, December 1989, where he was drawn by Kurt Swan. After 0 Hour, the character of Arm Fall Off Boy was briefly reintroduced as Splitter. Okay? Arm Fall Off Boy has the ability to detach his own limbs, which he can then use as blunt weapons.
Bit soggy on the end.
His background is not explored in his initial appearance. In Legionnaires, Volume 4, number 12, Matter Eater Lad claims that he gained his powers through carelessness whilst holding the anti-gravity metal element 152, but Matter Eater Lad may not have been serious. In his introduction, he is an applicant at the first Legion tryout and the first Legion reject. Following the 0 Hour reboot, the character appears again in Legionnaires Volume 4, number 43, and is identified as Floyd Belkin of the planet Lalol. Under the name Splitter, Floyd participates in Legion's tryouts and is one of the 5 finalists, but is denied Legion membership after he panics and literally falls apart in the last test. So...
I can make this guy badass.
Okay, can you do it, Rob?
Probably not.
What you got, Ross?
Winches. You basically give him like a suit of armour and winches on each shoulder, and he throws his arms at folk, very Mortal Kombat style.
Yeah.
Get over here! So you have to do a bit of a juggle now, because he can throw his arm out, winch them back, and when he's winched them back, he then takes his other arm off and beats them to death with it.
What you got, Rob? Because Ross is winning.
Yeah.
To be fair, there is a round in the new Mortal Kombat game where you throw your limbs at folk, so I've got a bit of ideas from Mortal Kombat there.
How would you make this character work in the new 52?
In the new 52.
In the new 52.
I would leave him exactly as he is and put him as a Batman sidekick.
Just to annoy the
outfit. But the arms keep falling off.
Well, no, it's kind of like, you know, the whole thing of, oh my god, somebody's cut the line. It's like, Batman, and he pulls his arm off and throws it down so he can, he's got a longer reach to be able to save Batman.
I would repurpose him as the crash test dummy. And his superpower is, if the enemy's near a wall, he just runs at them and splats, and his arms and legs go everywhere.
Yes!
Yes! This segment's a winner.
He's not really a superhero. He's just using his powers to get by. He's a special effects guy, and his arm was the fabled arm from the Fantastic Four movie.
He just had somebody waving it to make it look like it was rubbery.
Yeah, and the arm with the camera on it, that was basically his arm, and they just strapped a camera to it, took his arm
this
off.
This DC character is making ends meet by playing
by
Marvel characters.
By doing special effects for a
Marvel
Marvel
characters
movie.
In a film that never got released.
Yeah.
Sorry, Rob's winning.
Stalker boy.
What?
Stalker boy, his superpower is stalking. What he does is he gets his hand, he puts an eye on the finger and an ear on the back of the hand and crawls into ladies' bedrooms and watches.
And listens.
And listens.
I'm sorry, I think Rob's still winning with the Fantastic Four one.
I don't understand the Fantastic Four one, so I can't fight that.
That's like the idea of a shit DC character being in a shit Marvel movie
that never actually got released.
That never got released.
No, I think Rob might have it.
There you
I
go, Rob.
thought I had a strong opening with that.
You did.
You did.
You really did.
I had 3 different things for him.
So there we go. That is Forearm Fall Off Boy.
Fucking idiots.
Fucking arm fall
I've
off
ju-
boy. That's the best name ever.
And trust me when I say, it doesn't go uphill from here. It keeps going down.
Yay!
I've got lists.
Down, deeper and down.
But I don't know.
So we're going to do some Twitter challenge now.
Oh, I wanted more
God,
of
some
that.
sanity.
What, do you want another one?
One more, go on.
Oh, hang on. Let me see what I can find for you. Let me... Oh, I know. One I found earlier on.
You can't just give us one.
Let's edit all this bit. Ah, she isn't on the fucking...
Ah, well.
Hang on, no, it's alright. Talk amongst yourselves for a minute.
So that ended on Bioshock.
Oh, dude. Honestly.
Right.
I actually...
Okay. You're getting another one, just because you wanted it so much.
Yeah.
I introduce you now to... Asbestos Lady.
Okay, what's her superpowers?
Right.
Literally killing people 10 years later.
Victoria Murdoch was the sister of Killer Murdoch, a racketeer who used her brother's connections to begin her career as a criminal scientist. She provided herself and her accomplices with asbestos-lined clothing to protect them from fire, then set fires to hold back the police while they robbed banks. Wanting to exploit her asbestos gimmick even further, the Asbestos Lady looked up Fred and Nora Raymond, a pair of leading asbestos scientists, intending to force them into assisting her. The android hero of the 40s, the Human Torch, came to the couple's rescue and rounded up the asbestos gang whilst she escaped.
The Asbestos gang.
Yep. Basically, it goes like that. She's fought the Human Torch, Captain America. Where is it at? Here we are. She tried to kill the Torch and Toro with a gun, but the Torch melted it, and she barely escaped. In the next plot, she had a gang trap the fiery duo and throw them into a lake, and then supplied one of the men with a costume which could simulate the Human Torch's powers, sending him on a crime spree to make the authorities think that the Torch had turned against them. However, the Human Torch and Toro escaped the trap of the lake, and Torch pretended to be the Asbestos Lady's own underling until he returned her and knocked out his imposter. Are you ready for the horrible part?
Go on.
The Asbestos Lady was once again imprisoned, but learned in the years that followed that she contracted cancer due to her constant exposure to asbestos. Her final fate is unknown, but she is believed to succumb to the disease.
Oh.
So she's a Marvel character.
Who died of cancer
Yes.
from wearing asbestos shirts.
Asbestos clothes. Full-blown asbestos clothes.
Oh my god.
I have mined some truly terrible ideas.
Jesus.
So, the Asbestos Lady.
Married to my favourite supervillain, Forest Fire. For those who don't know Forest Fire, for he already exists in my head, Forest Fire is the arch enemy of Captain Canada. Forest Fire can set fire to trees when he hooks them, and nothing else.
I think she would be.
Keep going.
She would be a 90s style super villainous, where the costume she has would not give her cancer, would also not protect her very well from the fact that it was virtually non-existent. She would just be another scantily clad woman running around with a gun trying to rob banks while the heroes drooled too much to actually stop her.
Unfortunately, Ross is winning this one.
I've got a better one.
Oh, God.
Asbestos Lady is the lead henchman for the 14th century supervillain known as Siege Lord. Siege Lord is basically a mercenary for hire. He's a master in siege warfare. And what he does, he catapults Asbestos Lady into cities that are under siege and gives the population cancer.
Jesus!
I'm not even trying. That's brilliant.
I don't know whether to congratulate you or hit you.
I thought that was quite good for like 10 seconds of thinking.
Ross wins.
Yeah.
Which means we have a draw.
We've got a draw, one more.
And if we've got a draw, one more. A very quick one.
Tie break.
Okay? Don't worry.
I'm not beating Siege Lord.
We've got as dark as it gets, so let's make it a bit higher. Let's make it a bit lighter. Let's make it a bit more popular. Something that people have heard of.
Electric Superman.
NFL Super Pro.
NFL Super Pro?
Yep. He's a football player. He's got a magic helmet. He survives a freak accident and has a near indestructible football uniform. Go. You get one each.
Near indestructible football uniform.
Yes. It's basically Iron Man in a football suit. Go on, NFL Super Pro.
He uses his special indestructible suit to save all the kids who are succumbing to crack on the streets. He waits in dark alleys, waiting to see the dealers and the pushers come out with their drugs, and then he runs at them Terry Tate style and just smacks them down. He's often been known to take out the trucks that are transporting the drugs as well, because he's nearly indestructible. Never actually goes up against anyone with guns though, just in case they can shoot through the bars on his helmet.
Mine is NFL Super Pro, in brackets, The Tale of Tragedy. A 5-part miniseries where Burke Bacharach
Oh God.
he's played football and he gets the head injury. He doesn't gain superpowers, although he believes he does. To which he goes on, learning he has superpowers, so he thinks. He goes on a fight against crime, and then dies from trying to take out mobsters whilst wearing football outfits.
Actually,
Gang raped.
Jesus. Don't have to go dark.
He does all this fighting crime whilst listening to the tune from the beginning of The Last Boy Scout. So he's constantly tackling people listening to Friday night's a great night for football.
Well, in mine he tackles people and goes, oh,
the idea. In yours, he's played by Terry Tate. In yours, he's played by Sloth from the Goonies.
Bacharach. But he can't speak, so no one knows what he's trying to do. He just keeps tackling mobsters, going, oh! In his head, he's going, now, you criminal, you come with me and meet justice. But what's actually been said is, I
have to give it to Ross. I have to.
I
always forget, you get very competitive for these type of things. Right, so we'll move over to the Twitter challenge, and that's us done. So, what was the question?
I don't know.
Short question.
If you were a Turtles villain, who would you be?
Right, so we've got a couple of answers. Jesus. We begin with Ralph.
We just skip Ralph and do him at the end of his own section.
Okay, then we'll start with Timey Wiming, who says, the spatula.
I don't remember him in Turtles.
I did suffix it with real or imaginary.
Okay.
Oh dear.
Oh yes. Herba Derpa says, fancy revealing bra lady.
That sounds fantastic.
Oh.
Teenage boys versus my ace rack.
I approve of this message.
Could make them my slaves. They can get me pizza. Body length wang 2. Okay.
See, all the
Oh god, it means that she's... Oh god, you've got a gigantic wang as well. Oh god.
I need photos.
I was going to say, in regards to her fantastic rack, we need photos for science.
For science! And the mountains.
It's also a fancy revealing bra. Lige Reuter says, Leatherhead. First time I saw him, I spent a week guaranteeing things.
Yes.
Good man, nice reference. I like this. Dark Ages says, I'd be back crack, and I'd use my mutant strength to fix people's backs. Ooh. Oh, and I'd have a partner called Sack. Ooh.
Sack and crack.
Back, sack, and crack. Nice one,
Was it
Stu.
back, crack and sack? Yeah, either way.
Oh, all the way round.
Yeah.
One continuous movement.
I might be in jail, but I'm smooth.
Lige Reuter returns and says, The Sharpener. Shredder's psychiatrist. Think Harley crazy, but she's 34 stone and German. I know it's not me, but this I must see.
That's genius.
Awesome.
Oh, the lovely Taz, Mr. Taz says, Backsack and crack wax. Despotic hip-hop DJing twins with a fear of the hirsute. I don't know how you get from DJing twins to fear of hairy people. Lige Reuter returns and says, I would be the pedantic man. My aim would be to sew the turtles' fingers together and toes together. Turtles have flippers, damn it.
Fucking genius. I saw the teenagers.
And that's actually all of the answers we've got tonight.
Oh, there's some good ones though.
Apart from Ralph, who says, Duckface man, Fuckface man, Suckface man, Luckface man, a giraffe called Alan.
I like a giraffe called Alan.
That's genius.
Man.
Oh my god. Oh, I love you, Ralph. So, who won that one? Who do we give congratulations to for that?
I've got to give it to pedantic man, I think.
I like revealing bra lady.
So, you're actually, you're giving it to revealing Bra Lady. You give your point to her.
Well, I'm not home yet.
Yeah. Well, you give a point to Herbert Durper, you give a point to Lige Reuter. I'm giving it to Ralph. Take that as you wish, because I fucking love Ralph. And that, yeah, I think
What about you? Who would you be?
We'll start with Ross.
I'd have to go with Forest Fire. I made him years ago, I'm sticking with him. I'm going with Forest Fire.
Nice.
Thank you, Superhero Maker.
Yep, thank you, Superhero Maker, for giving me Forest Fire. My arch enemy is Captain Canada, who has 2 shields. He can't fight, but he can defend. And I hunt trees and set them on fire.
And you?
I would just be a foot soldier. Because
it's a big foot in an army hat.
well, I'd be one of the Foot Clan because I would sleep peacefully knowing that
the turtles will one day die.
No, that Stock Ninja 254 would actually be getting work.
Well, the idea that you put little notes on backs of ninjas, so you know who's who. 253, 254, 256, Bob.
Well, he's just not been getting a lot of work. There's not been that many sort of ninja films. Apparently, he missed the casting call for a Ninja Assassin, so he missed out on that one.
It's a very simple name, right? Freddy Foot Ninja, right? I'm going to take your idea and I'm going to move it one step up. You remember the frogs?
The punk frogs?
Yes. Now let's take one of those frogs, but make him a toad. Make him a turd, right? Let's stick him in a ninja outfit, and then let's give him the physique of a battle toad. Okay?
Sexy.
So that physique in tight-fitting frog armour, in tight-fitting foot armour, right? Thinking he's a ninja, but weighs the same as a dump truck.
Nice.
So it's, I'm stealthy! As he goes through walls and stuff.
That's the Beverly Hills Ninja.
Oh.
You've just taken away the drive.
Oh.
I'm going to go for Chimera God. If I was a Turtles villain, I would
God.
be...
Just God.
God of chimeras. So I am all the chimeras at once, like a Gestalt entity. And occasionally I shout, Chimera assemble. That's my idea.
Nice.
So now we're going to close it down. Do you want to tell the lovely people where to find you?
No, what if they come around my house?
Alright
I've already got enough people stalking me. As long as you're not going to come around my house, you can find me on Twitter at ChaosMB. And you can see my work at chaosmb.com. Send me money.
Please.
Please. I
Alright.
need a new house. Mine's falling down.
I live in a street in a box.
It got wet, it's all soggy down.
So's the box. Ross,
Yes.
where can people find you if they so wish?
I don't know.
Good for you.
Inappropriateyodeling.com. We haven't done anything for a while, but we're going to redo the site.
Now you and Gary are working together.
Me and
aren't
Gary are going to work on it and get the site up and going again.
you? Fantastic
So
stuff.
there's still some good stories on there if you want to have a read back through what I've done.
And as usual, you all know where to find me. There's no point in even wasting my time or your time or even these two's time.
You'll be standing on the roof shouting, "Look at me!"
Fine. Fine. I'll do that.
Oh,
Then
well,
you'll be sorry.
you already do that.
I'll do it from your roof.
Oh, yeah, don't do that.
You won't get any sleep tonight.
I won't be anyway.
Good for you.
I hope it's not, because I've got work tomorrow.
I've got exams. Great. I will see you all later. Say goodbye to the people, folks.
Bye!
Bye.
Don't invite me if you want to